Do I push this start now?
Coach, congratulations on getting in.
Thank you.
Are you able to enjoy the moment, or are you already thinking about Northwestern?
Clearly, we're all head coaches, psychopaths, but it's just very nerve-wracking. It's been very nerve-wracking, and having to wait till, what was it, the third round that came up, or it's just like, you don't know if you're going to get in. You see all the predictions of we're on the last four in. Are we the last four out? Like, how's this all going to play out? And so, what do you tell your team? What do we tell them today? Like, you don't want them to be heartbroken. So it's just all those emotions just going into play as you're standing there watching.
How does this compare to 2019, which was unique because the bracket leaked early? Did you at least get to enjoy this once your name came out, unlike 2019 where it was kind of like thrown off?
I know. Actually, I prefer 2019 because this was nerve-wracking. But yes, of course, the players got to enjoy that. Obviously, our new AD got to enjoy it. The president got to enjoy it. So they all got to kind of be a part of it, and the players got to actually sit and watch their name come up, which is really cool, and then we're all like, wait, when do we play? We didn't even pay attention to when we played, or I think we paid attention to who we played, but it was just kind of like cheering. You guys probably heard what they said about us. I have no idea what they said about us. Andy Landers was my college coach, so I wanted to hear what he said, and I couldn't hear a thing because everybody was cheering, but it's great.
You mentioned talking to your team about the emotions. You didn't want them to be heartbroken if they weren't chosen, but you and they knew that you had done a lot to earn this selection today.
Yeah, I mean, just, some of the big wins we had, and, and just trying to really take care of business in this crazy year, and, and knock on wood, just being as COVID safe as we could, and even going to the conference tournament, that was a little kind of nerve-wracking too with this whole COVID thing going on. So, they've really, done a good job. We've had some great leaderships from our captains and Diamond and Moss and Brittany. So now we can start planning. Today we practiced with no clear plan on who we were playing, what style of play we were playing against. You guess. They had us against Michigan. They had us against Alabama. They had us against Northwestern. We didn't know. I thought we were going to be 11 seed, and we ended up being the 10. So that was a big surprise.
Coach, I know it's still very early, but what are some of the things that you want to start working on in preparation for this tournament?
I know a little bit about Coach McEwen at Northwestern. He's a great coach. And so, they're going to be a really tough matchup, and I think that obviously we're going to have to be really, really good at our defense, because now that you go to the next level, it's not, something you can't avoid. You have to play defense. You have to do the little things in the NCAA tournament. You have to make free throws. You have to get loose balls. You have to get stops defensively, because I think the NCAA tournament, everybody's kind of nervous offensively, and so we got to play phenomenal defense.
Coach, you just talked about your captains just now and how much they stepped up. Can you go into detail a little bit more, especially with Diamond, and just talk a little bit about, how they've had to step up with this team this season, especially since it has been a very big, weird year for everybody. But yeah, and how Diamond has really helped out with this team as well.
Yeah, I mean, I really think just energy-wise, toughness-wise, spirit-wise, grind, defense, just the whole thing. It's really Diamond and Mossany. I mean, they didn't make any all-conference teams, but they're the reason why we're in this spot, because of all the little intangible things they do for us. And they get everybody ready, and they lead by example, and they work hard every single day. There's not a day that they don't come to practice ready. And if your best players are your hardest workers, you're always going to have a really good team. And so, I think her thing, Diamonds, if we're talking about Diamond, I think Mossany's always been like that. Mossany's been like this for 4 years. I mean, she's been a part of every banner that we have up in the rafters, so But for Diamond, I think it was the point where she knew KK was gone and she needed to step up, and she knew she had to be the leader, and she kind of had to take control of this in the point guard position right away from the starting the season. And I think that we did a good job of preparing her. And actually, after KK left last year, she kind of had a talk with Diamond about handing her the torch and say, we've got our program exactly where we need it. Now you here it is, if they can hand each other something, we should probably do that. Maybe hand each other the sword that's in my office. Here's a torch, like, now it's your team, you know what I mean? So I think that she loves KK, but Diamond loves this program. And we signed Diamond for that mere fact that she was fiery and tough, and she loved defense, and she was super passionate, because you can't, that's hard to turn that up. But if you have it, if you're innate it's in you like that, that's something that a lot of coaches want. Maybe they don't like playing against her, but they would like her on their teams.
Coach, how much fun was it for you as the head coach to watch the reaction out of your team tonight when you were selected?
It was awesome. I mean, there's just so many new players that haven't really played in, the NCAA tournament. It would have just, I can't even think of the year. So I don't even know if Brittany was a freshman. She was. So Brittany was a freshman. So that means Moss, Diamond, Brittany, Janaea. No, see, there's some people that weren't here. So it's Moss, Brittany. I don't even know who the people are that experienced that first NCAA tournament. I think it's only those three, because Cortasia wasn't even here, right? So I think last year was a big year for us, and nobody got in. So now all of them kind of get to experience it, which is great. It's great to have Asia and Lish be able to experience this, right? Because we'll have them for 3 more years. So now it's like, now we're getting the experience we need, and everybody's being able to feel it, besides really those 3. I mean, those are the only 3 that were here when we went, that first year.
How does this selection contribute to building the UCF women's basketball brand and that of the American?
Yeah, I mean, that's key right there, the American. I think after UConn, left, a lot of our head coaches got together and said, this can't be a one-bid league. We got to continue to build our brand. I think all the coaches stepped up. I think Houston stepped up. I think Tulane was phenomenal. They have a great team. I think all of us coaches that got together and just really tried to schedule up, and make sure that, and the SEC challenge, I think, was really helpful for all of us in our league, and that, Houston beat somebody, we beat somebody, South Florida beat somebody, so that was big. We pretty much won the SEC challenge. So I think for our league, it was really big to get 2 teams in and as high as seeds as we did. So it just shows a lot of respect for our conference.
I was curious, what was your reaction when you saw South Florida pop in as an 8 seed? Did that concern you? I was curious if you saw, you were looking for some clues to see what would happen and how it would affect you, positive or negative.
I was just like, can we show our name? Because UCLA came up and we were all like, whoa, because we were UC, and then we're like, whoa, and I was like, oh, that was like, it's not UCF, right? But obviously I'm super happy for him, and he texted me right away, and I texted him back right away, and good job, Abe, and let's do this for our conference kind of thing. So when I did see that, I did ask Megan. I was like, is that his seed? Was that his predicted seed? So I really thought we were going to be 11 or 12. So having a 8 and a 10 is pretty good.
2 straight NCAA tournament appearances for this program. That's never happened before in this program in the D1 era. That's pretty special with this group here making this history here, part of building like you talked about earlier.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you look at Steve's background, you see the banners. So today in practice, Eric, you're talking about it, and today in practice, I stopped them before we even started. I said, I want you to look up at those banners. So our first year, WNIT, our second year was WNIT, and honestly, our second year, we might have gone the NCAA tournament, but Tolu and Fifi tore their ACLs, and so Kayla Thigpen was playing the post. So, and you know how I feel about post players. I want, poor thing, she's playing the post. She's not post, right? But she stepped up. And then the next year we went to the NCAA tournament. And then last year, these are the banners up. And then last year, nothing, because we didn't get that opportunity. And I asked the team today, do you guys want one up there? Do you guys want a banner up there? I mean, this is our opportunity to have one, you know? So it was really cool that it all came around, and, you know, it happened tonight. So now I can say, see, now we can get a banner, but we don't just want a banner, do we? We want to try to, you know, make some noise and represent UCF and obviously make our name known.
Anything else for Coach?
I'm good.
All right, thanks, everybody.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Congrats, Coach.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Congrats.
Thank you.